Well, good morning. I'm getting pretty close to getting them quail ready, so today I'm going to be working on my automatic quail watering system for each of my 2 quail hutches out there in the quail pens. So we'll be right back after the break and we'll walk through the little project together. See you in a minute.
This video covers how to build a quail hutch automatic watering system, quail setup, part 3 of 5.
Well, welcome back, folks. I drew up a little diagram for you so we can build this together, and if you come on up here close, you can take a look at, what we got ahead of us. Well, here's what we're planning on doing. I'm going to use a 5-gallon bucket as my supply tank, and I'm going to use a foundation to support this from the overhead because I'm going to be hard piping my supply and my drain to this bucket because it's got a float valve in there, using the toilet float valve the toilet float valve threads in. Then I'll use a 3/4 inch threaded coupling with a 3/4 inch male adapter. Then I hook up 3/4 inch PVC down through a 3/4 inch ball valve, and that'll be my supply line coming in to the tank valve. The tank valve has a float on it, so when the water level drops to a certain point, it opens the valve and it squirts water back in just like it does in your toilet. So this thing is always replenishing automatically. You don't have to go out and add water. This right here is a drain valve. I'm going to put in a penetrator, a 1/2 inch penetrator with a 3/4 inch slip by 1/2 inch male adapter PV to screw into the 1/2 inch penetrator. Then I'll have 3/4 inch PVC coming down through a 3/4 inch ball valve, which gives me my drain valve. So if I need to drain the tank, I can shut this valve, open this valve, and drain the tank out, and this discharge outside of the barn, just out onto the ground, so I can drain this tank down. So that's how you supply the tank. This is how you drain the tank. Then I'm going to install a 1/2 inch penetrator on the side of the bucket so that I'm not sucking down sediment or anything that gets in it. Of course, I'll have a lid on top of the tank, but still I don't want to take any chances because you might clog up the little drinking cups. So I'll put the penetrator on here, and then I'll put in a 1/2 inch by 3/8 90-degree barb, and it'll thread into the penetrator or a 3/8 barb on it so I can hook on my tubing down to a T, 3/8 barb T, and those 2 lines will go to my 2 manifolds. I have, remember I have 2 hutches, so if you only have 1 hutch, you don't need the T, you can just go straight on down to your manifold. But that's what I'm going to do. So the first thing I want to do is build the tank, get that set up, and go put it in place in the barn. I want to run my pipes to it, and then we'll come back and hook up the tubing and build the little manifold and install the manifold and hook the tubing to the manifold. At that point, we have ourselves a automatic watering system. This is the manifold here. It's really not a whole lot to it. It's very simple, 1/2 inch cap, 1/2 inch PVC, then a 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch by 1/8 inch slip by 1/8 female pipe tap threaded T. Now these T's you have to order special so they fit the little watering cups that screw into them, and you can get these on, they're available on Amazon. That's where I bought mine, and then you can buy all the other parts at Lowe's where I bought mine, and the watering cups, they're available on Amazon as well. So everything you can get through Amazon and Lowe's to do the whole system, really not much to it. So you have the cap, pipe T, pipe T, pipe T, pipe, then a 1/2 inch slip by thread 1/2 inch coupling, and then a 3/8 inch by 1/2 inch 90-degree barbed 90, and you screw that right in. And this is what is, you attach this to this manifold to the hutch using 1/2 inch pipe straps. Then you bring your 3/8 inch T down and attach it to the 3/8 inch barbed into that, and you got it. So let's go on out to the barn. Let me get this this tank put together and get that thing installed first, and then we'll build the manifold next. Okay, the first thing I want to do is I want to install this this flush valve. It's very simple to install. All I have to do is I drilled a 1-inch hole in the bottom of my bucket, and the bottom of the flush valve has got a threaded male end on it, and it just goes right through the bottom of the bucket, and it has a nut that you screw on to tighten it down. And on the inside, you know, it has the valve sit in the vertical position, so that's a good one. Then I put on the other side, I put one of the penetrators, and this is going to be my drain, and all I do is take a 1/2 inch by 3/4 inch, a slip by 1/2 inch male adapter, and it just threads right into there. And this is where I'll hook up my 3/4 inch PVC, and I'll run my drain off to a drain valve, and that'll discharge outside of the barn. So this is my supply line. This is my drain line. Then the next thing is you want to be able to put on the penetrator on the side of the unit, so that it comes out right here with the barbed 3/8 inch barb fitting, so it can drain down the tubing down to the manifolds. So the first thing I got to do is put this in my foundation, because since I'm hard piping this with a supply and a return and a supply and a drain, this has to be stable. It can't be, I can't hang the bucket, you know, with a wire and let it hang like this, because it disrupts the flow valve. So you got to have a rigid foundation, and it has to be good and level, so you have a good water level indicated on the float valve. So let's go out to the barn and get this portion of the tank. We'll get it installed in the foundation, which I've already put up in the barn. So it's just a matter of just simply dropping this through the foundation and piping up to it and getting it ready, and then we'll build the manifold and bring the manifold out and hook it up, and we should be ready to go. Well, let's go to the barn. Here's the parts that you need for the manifold, which we just showed you on the diagram. A cap, 1/2 inch pipe. This is the special T, 1/2 by 1/2 by 1/8. Pipe, T, pipe, T, pipe. Then a coupling, slip by threaded 1/2 inch coupling. This will slip right on here. And then your barbed end, threaded end can go right on for your barbed 90-degree fitting. That's all there is to it. I'm going to be using some Teflon tape on my threaded connections, and I'm going to glue all my joints just to be sure I don't get leaks. Here's my 3/4 inch ball valves for my supply and my return. This is what the T looks like for the barbed T, and the 3/8 inch clear tube, and I like to go with it clear so I can make sure if there's any trash in the line, I'll be able to see it and look for it and make sure there's no problems. Here's one of the manifolds that I've already glued together. This is what it looks like when you get finished. Really nothing to it. And you take the straps, and I'll put them right here and attach that to the side of the hutch. I'll bring my 3/8 inch tubing right into here and make that connection, and then I'll screw in my little watering cups. They just thread right in, and we're in business. Well, here's the little Quail watering cup I wanted to share with you. I'll show you what one looks like. It's got a threaded male threaded end on it, and I highly suggest you use some of this Teflon tape, and you wrap this tape around these threads before you try to use them, because, buddy, they will sure leak. So you Teflon tape the threads, and this is the special tee I was telling you about earlier. And all it does is thread right into this tee right here. And it comes with a little O-ring gasket on here, but you definitely want the, see the little gasket? You definitely want to Teflon tape these threads on this fitting, or it'll leak on you. And what it does is the basin here will contain the water, and when the water level, they drink the water level out or it evaporates, the little birds come up and they start trying to peck around to get to that last little bit of water in there, and they accidentally hit this little plunger right here, which lets more water squirt in there and refill the basin. It's not that they are trained to come up and peck this. I think they just do it accidentally, scrambling around for that water in there. So that's how this little thing works. And you know, these are available on Amazon as well. Same with this special fitting. You can get both of them together. So let's go get the tank up and get this show on the road. Well, we finally got the quail watering system hooked up and piped up and ready to go. It's getting close to getting those quails. I put the bucket tank right up in the overhead, mounted to my foundation that we talked about earlier, and I got a supply and a drain valve right over here. The supply allows the fresh water to go into and fill the tank valve, which will fill the bucket. And then the drain over here is, if I ever want to drain the bucket or clean it for any reason, I can just open this valve over here on the drain line and it'll open and drain the bucket. I cut off the valve to the supply and open the valve to the drain, and it'll drain the bucket out, and I can clean it and do whatever I need to. And that drain discharges outside the barn onto the ground. So that's the hookup. I got the 3/8 inch clear tubing that comes out of the bucket into a T, and it serves each of the manifolds. You can take a look at this one right here. You can see the 3/8 inch tubing coming down into the manifold, and it serves 3 cups, and it's it's the same on both hutches. So it's on both manifolds are served from the same tank. So I hope you enjoyed watching a little bit about a little automatic watering system. I think that'll make it easy for me, since at least that bucket will maintain a level all the time. I don't have to fill it every day. It just fills itself up, and it also waters the birds. I do need to keep an eye on the cups and make sure none of them are clogged up or have failed in some kind of a way. I do have a whole bunch of spares, so I can just unscrew that cup and screw another one in if I have a problem. So I think I'm set. So I'm one step closer to getting some quails and some quail eggs. So we thank you for watching, and if you like our channel, please subscribe and be a part of our homestead family here, because we still have a lot more coming, and you know, bringing our new homestead to life, and we enjoy you coming along on the journey with us. So until me and Nancy see you next time, always remember, by his hands we are fed. Give us, Lord, our daily bread. Amen.
Have a blessed day.
Thank you for watching our videos. We love making them. If you like our videos, we ask you to partner with us in our mission by sharing our videos from YouTube and post from Facebook to all social medias. It really inspires and encourages us. Some great places to share is Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Please like if you like this video, subscribe, click the notification button so you never miss another video. Click below for products we used in the videos, and you could also partner with us without spending a penny. We welcome your encouraging comments, prayers, and questions. And thank you for watching and sharing our videos and posts. Have a blessed day.